friends, and support systems that have allowed all your graduates to be here today. Even if the ceremonies have been postponed or canceled altogether this year, graduation has never been more important. As a community, we should always come together to find all the opportunities that we can to celebrate and encourage one another, because each little diploma, each little certificate, everything matters, and everything that we do in our lives is just one greater step onto the path of success. So it is very important that we all come together. Today, we celebrate all the quizzes, exams, late nights, early mornings that have led you graduates here thus far. You have all persevered and earned every diploma and certificate and degree. It is an incredible accomplishment that you have all achieved despite these strange circumstances that we find ourselves in. Today, we not only celebrate all of you and everything you've achieved, but we also celebrate everything that lies ahead of you. Before we begin with our program, I would just like to go over some etiquette for Zoom. I know we're going to be hearing a lot of words from people, and it's going to be hard to not to speak over, but we ask that you kindly mute yourself. There is a chat box that should be accessible down below. And if you would like to offer words of encouragement or support or just any positive comments or ask any questions, please ask them in there, and Uncle David and I can both answer them for you. And with that, we'll begin with our program, and we'll hear some remarks from our chairman as he introduces the MKIDA board members. So Dr. Nachaya, I will hand it over to you.
And thank you very much, Sharon, for all those opening remarks. And thanks for being who you are. We are very grateful to have you. And I want to thank all those of you who have taken your precious time to join us today. This is really an amazing, wonderful day for us. As you all know, MKIDA has, without fail, since its inception in 2003, been holding an annual graduation gala on the last Saturday of every June. And this year is just like any other year, is the last Saturday of June 2020. So unique that we have to hold these online because of the obvious reasons. But we are so grateful that we have at least had to, under all circumstances, to also hold this very important occasion for MKIDA. Just briefly, for those of you who have joined us for the first time, because we've been holding these in our Hilton Hotel out here in the Twin Cities, I'll just give you a brief rundown of who MKIDA is and what MKIDA stands for. MKIDA was founded in the year 2003, and this is the 17th year since its inception. And the mission of MKIDA is to assist Kenyans in Minnesota to settle without delay into their adopted new home, and with them become upward mobile. And the vision, the specific vision from MKIDA, is that the next generation of Kenyan Americans have a better life outcomes than the preceding peers who came here ahead of them. So those are the two distinct basic reasons why MKIDA was founded in the year 2003. And over those years, we have had one annual graduation gala, like I mentioned earlier on the last Saturday of every June. So how do we do this? MKIDA has been able to accomplish several things, and the most important focus has been educational advancement, participation in local civic affairs, awareness of opportunities for betterment within these adopted communities, and through also witnessing achievements of others like we are today. And we also have provided some volunteer opportunities to the young ones who are advancing their education as they go to college. So MKIDA does provide those very important certificates when your new colleges so demand that you provide some examples of where you have provided some community work. So MKIDA is really high and up in all those. So that is our major focus within the Twin Cities and the greater Minnesota. But now, as you might realize, because of this the nature of our global system, we are now expanding to be a global organization. And based on that, therefore, MKIDA has several international programs that have been ongoing for a number of years today. I'm going to just give you a high-level information about what MKIDA has done on the international scene. In the year 2009, MKIDA was able to assist in establishing a collaborative effort between the University of Minnesota and the Kissi University. And that collaboration efforts has seen a number of graduate students, exchange of graduate students, exchange of lecturers coming out here to the Twin Cities. And most recently, we had a grant which was administered by the University of Minnesota in Kissi, a grant of close to, I would call it 10 million Kenyan shillings, which went into the rural communities in the southwestern Kenya, where 200 women groups, 200 women were trained on how to do what we call preservation of whatever produce they get from their kitchen gardens. That program was very successful in a way that we are noticing that there is very great interest, not only within the Kisii area, but also in the entire Republic of Kenya. Equally, we have seen students from the Kisii University have attended several courses which runs from 6 months to 1 year in the Twin Cities University. As of this year, we had the 9th student join the program known as CSPAN at the University of Minnesota. So we are really very excited that MKIDA was involved in all these and still is assisting in getting those programs up and running. And the very one that most of you understand and know is about the sending of books. MKIDA has been very heavily involved in getting libraries in various institutions in Kenya. As of this year, MKIDA has been able to assist and sponsor 7 containers of up to 200,000 pieces of books into 225 small libraries in small primary schools in the rural Kenya. Those are spanning from Meru all the way to Eldoret and mostly concentrated in the southwestern piece of Kenya. And the most that MKIDA is very proud of is the establishment of Kisii University's Law Library. As we speak today, Kisii University has the most modern law library in Kenya. Some of you who are following, and I'm gonna have some of you who are following the news, Kisii now is the best law school, producing the best law students within the last 3 years. They have been the top public law university, producing the very best from Kenya School of Law. So MKIDA is very proud to be associated with those achievements. Those could not have been possible, but for the board that is all these 17 years, who have consistently, without fail, been part of these efforts. And I'm gonna take a minute here to recognize the board, and because we are actually virtual, I'm gonna ask them to wave. If you're able to see the whole screen, you might see an area of our board, which is with us today. I'm going to start with our Vice Chair, Dr. Kimori, David Kimori. There you go. Our Secretary, Ramek Omariba. There you go. Our former Chairman, Kenneth Gisemba, and Deputy Chairman, Richard Uganda. There you go. And the Education Secretary, Hesbon Simba. There you go. He's in downtown Minneapolis. I can see you there. Our board member, Dr. Kerandi Henry. There you go. He's waving from the background there. Maybe you can see him. We have our Executive Director, Paul Morande. There you go, Paul Morande. And our board member, Lavender Okoyo. She's right in from Applebury. And our authorized board members, Jared London in Texas. There you go, from Texas. and Dennis from Texas too, where you are. So we've been able to spread our wings all the way to Dallas, Texas. Those are our board, and I want to give them one round of applause for the work they've done for these many years. And they have been working all without pay, contributing to the community that we have today. With those very few remarks, it's my distinct honor to welcome you all to 2020 Annual Graduation Gala. Thank you. Back to Sharon.
Thank you, Dr. Nachai, for those wonderful remarks. It's really amazing to see everything that MKIDA has accomplished over the last decade or so, and it's really inspiring, I know, to see the kind of leadership that Minnesota and just Kenyans in general are producing, and I'm excited to, as I move on, and I'm sure as many other people are, to contribute to continue this amazing work that we're doing. Next, we have a panel about navigating racism in learning spaces and also fighting racism through education. But before we begin this panel, I would like to just make an announcement. I know we're all eager to know if we have won this scholarship, and that will all be announced at the end of the program. So in order to receive the scholarship, you must be in attendance of the program throughout. So I'll hand it over to Dr. Kimori as he leads the panel and introduces our panelists for this evening.
Thank you, Sharon. Good evening, everyone. Again, as Sharon has said, my name is David Kimori, and it's my pleasure to introduce our panelists this evening. We'll spend about 30 minutes talking about their experiences navigating racism in the learning spaces and how education has helped them in the fight against racism. And this is a work of what we are seeing happening right now. And in the learning spaces, this is where we have safe avenues to talk about racism, but outside that, there is hostels, there is hallways, there is pathways where the students interact with others, with professors, with other students. And we wanna know how they have been navigating through that to achieve what they have. This evening, we are honored to have Dr. Jacqueline Ikobe. If you are present, please unmute yourself and say hello, and then we can know you are present.
Good evening, everyone.
Thank you, Dr. Jacqueline. Dr. Jacqueline is a mother and a wife, married to with 3 kids. She has been a practicing nurse for over 16 years. Started as an LPN, an RN, and now she is a doctor of nurse practice. She has worked in an hospital setting in various roles, including being an administrative supervisor, clinical manager, and an adjunct instructor. Jacqueline obtained a PSN from Augsburg College University and the Doctor of Nurse Practitioner from St. Kate's University. She currently works as an emergency room and urgent care nurse manager with the Minnesota Healthy. Thank you, Jacqueline, for agreeing to be with us this evening. The next, Jael Grandi. If you are in here, please unmute yourself and say hello. Right. Looks like we don't have Jael. Next, we have Dr. Evans Mochama. If you are here, please unmute yourself and say hello. Dr. Evans Mochama, unmute yourself.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, thank
Hello.
you. Thank you, Dr. Mochama. Dr. Mochama also, he's been a frequent MKIDA graduate. Started off as an LPN, he attended the Gala. As an RN, he attended the Gala, and he recently graduated from Winona State University with a Doctor of Nurse Practice. Dr. Evans Mochama has been a director of nursing at long-term care for 5 years. And currently he is a regional clinical director with the Benedictine Healthy Services in charge of 5 states in the state of Minnesota, Wisconsin, and Illinois. Thank you, Dr. Evans, and we're looking forward to interacting with you. The next I have Dennis Muga Kimathi. If you are in here, please unmute yourself and say hello to the panelists.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Dennis.
Thank you, Dennis. Dennis came from Kenya in 2017 and enrolled in Rayora Catholic School. Dennis has a unique experience in that he has navigated through in adopting and assimilating in the US culture, transitioning from Kenya. He recently graduated from high school, and in the fall, Dennis is going to join Pethan Lutheran College to pursue a degree in nursing. Thank you, Dennis, and we look forward in interacting with you. Next, I have Ian Marigi. If you're here, please say hello.
Good evening, everybody.
Good evening, Ian. So Ian is also a recent graduate. He attended Washington University, where he studied applied math. In the fall, Ian is continuing to Washington University in St. Louis School of Medicine to pursue his degree in medicine. Ian hopes to continue his research and working to address disparities in medical field. Good to have you, Ian. Now, very quick, we will begin with all opening remarks from our panelists. And after the opening remarks, we will open for any questions regarding their experiences. So in your opening remarks, please talk about your experiences. How did you deal with racism in your schooling experience? I'll start with you, Dr. Jacqueline Ikobe. How was your experience going through your school?
Good evening, everyone. As David said, my name is Jackie Kobe. First, I will say it has not been easy. Being a woman of color and navigating through the system and knowing that you stand out as a woman, one of the biggest thing that has enabled me to navigate the system is to know my worth. For many people, people define my identity based on what they see me, but I define my own identity. And so I have navigated through knowing how I define myself and holding myself with high esteem, which I ask of others and demand of others to be able to do the same. Another thing that has helped me is having a positive attitude. I have accepted criticism to enable me to grow and to be who I am. I have also reached out to people and increased my surrounding in a way that I use the resources available. Example was, when I completed my bachelor's, I tried to apply in leadership position at one of the hospitals. It was really hard knowing that I was Black, minority, to get into leadership. And so I took a step and had a meeting with the CEO and the VP of the hospital setting. And I said, what can I do to get to where you are? And bluntly, I could see his face, and they were in a room and they looked at me and just smiled and said, for me, my thoughts were, what is this Black girl talking about? That was what came to my mind. But I knew what I wanted. And so I really wanted to know what I could do to be where they are. And bluntly, he said, continue doing what you're doing. And I said, well, I've been in school. Here I am now, almost done with my master's. So I'm looking at how can I get to the top? And the three things he gave me is make sure you have the skills, make sure you answer positively to the questions they're asking you in interview, and then have a mentor. And then I knew, okay, I know where to start. even though I don't know the finish line. So I acknowledge my being a Black and a woman in a setting of where, in a hospital setting, leadership where it's pretty much all white. And I said, I want to be part of this team. And so that helped me look for a mentor, and also reached out to grow my influence in a way that anyone that I met meant something to me because I knew what I wanted. And so that helped me to speak through, my goals. And I wasn't ashamed to tell people when I met them, I said, this is what I'm looking for. And this is where I want to be in the next 2-3 years. And also, being in school and being a Black, schooling did not get into my way of earning my education. So that really supported me I knew that I'll be challenged, but also I knew that I'm intelligent, I have the knowledge, I have the wisdom. I just need to have the opportunity to get where I want. And through the years, as I went through school, I had a focus and I knew what I'm good at. And so that gave me a drive to continue with my education and help me navigate the system and be able to listen to my mentors and also pick what I wanted, knowing that I had a goal. And so for example, right now, I'll say I'm in the system where pretty much in the boardroom, I am the only Black woman out of 20 people that we have in the leadership in one of my hospital settings that I work at. And being the manager, and I manage all white people, and I have said my color will not determine my destiny. And that has been my goal. And I thank God that He has enabled me get to where I wanted. And I know that there's more yet opportunities to open for me. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Kobe, for that good narration. This is an effort to kind of address what are these common struggles that we go through as people of color with Black and brown skins. And thank you so much. Dennis, I'm going to come to you. Coming from Kenya, you represent a majority of the Kenyan immigrant students that we have graduating, even if most of them now are getting to be assimilated. How's been your experience assimilating to the US system and schooling experience as a Black boy? Unmute yourself.
So coming from, hi everyone, my name is Dennis. So coming from Kenya in 2017, my journey has not been easy, but through the help of others, my journey has been successful. Thanks to God, because with everything I've been able to accomplish, and as a student of color, I've been able to identify that I have a purpose and also I have a purpose and something to accomplish. So there's so many challenges I faced when I came here. For example, adapting the culture and adapting also the US English. It was a challenge, but I was able to overcome. And also considering that I was a student of color, everywhere I went, everyone was looking at me and they were asking, what brought you in America? So I had to prove them that I am capable of doing everything that brought me here. One thing was education, that was brought me here. And also I wanted to know, and also so many people wanted to know about my culture. And that's why I, I had to work extra hard and work smart to show them that also people of color we are able to make it. So even with the difference in race and and also societies. I was able to overcome and graduated with honors, being the only student of color, of which was a challenge. I was the only student of color in the class of 2020, which was a challenge, but with the effort of everyone and the friendly environment which was there, I was able to overcome everything and I was able to adjust with them.
All right, thank you so much, Dennis. In many spaces, you'll find yourself as the only minority, but we acknowledge your tenacity and zeal to achieve your goal, and congratulations for graduating with honors. Dr. Muchama, I'm coming to you now, and first of all, congratulations on your new appointment as the director, a regional director for the three states. I know you've been in leadership position in the healthcare. As a Black male, how has that been?
Thank you, Dr. Kimori, for the opportunity, and thank you, the entire MKIDA organization, for this time that we discuss the challenges we face as minorities in this country. When I received a message about the team, to be honest, I was lost with words because what I believe in and what I've gone through in my 12 years of schooling, I would say it's much of it I can share in terms of a minority being in school and being stereotyped per se. So if I go back to work, I would say, and this is my understanding, I want to share with the team here, this is for me. I just find that it is very hard for me to think about being a minority if I'm able to prove and do what I'm supposed to do. My job has been to give the best, do it my best. And every single time I've done that, I graduated from nursing school in 2011 with my RN. I did my LPN in 2010. Then I worked shortly. My plan was to get my bachelor's and then go back to do pharmacy. But then I was given a job as an RN right away. And then 36 months after working, I was given leadership role. And I was given this leadership role by the white people. It's because of what they saw I was doing. And ever since I've been in leadership until now. So what I found out is, again, it's different from what I read, from what I see on the media. I do feel when it comes to education, if you are able to prove yourself what you can give out, I think your actions will speak by themselves. Just like Dennis said, if you give out good grades, those grades is what these people are going to see. And in my schooling, I think every time I was going through these stages in my schooling, I think my grades were so impressive that I couldn't even see at any point that somebody was trying to see me different. Of course, they would ask me about where I came from, if I started English when I was young or when I just moved to this country. Those kind of questions are always there. But in terms of your performance, I never saw any friction in terms of what I can do or how I can compete with my fellow white people, per se. So I do feel that in this kind of country we are and this kind of times we are at, I think we need to encourage students going to college and students going to school that it's more of your performance than what you think people are going to think about you. Because when you do that, it's very hard for somebody to give you 50% if it was 100%. Because at that point, then you would have to ask why, what did I do wrong here? And for me, that's what I found out to be. It's kind of like a nice spot for me because I found out once you do well, they support you, they want to know what you want to be, and they really want to help you to proceed through the stages. So for me, going through this scoring, I found it to be easy because, my grades were speaking by themselves in that regard. But in leadership, I would also say, and I will echo my colleague who said that being a minority, we don't have leadership in healthcare. We don't. I've been in healthcare leadership for around 7 years now, and all these, so, corporate world kind of, symposiums we go to, I don't get to meet people of minority, especially people from, our country. I don't know why, but I do know that we do need to encourage them, and that, it's best to be close to leadership. It's best to be close to people who make policies and regulations so that you be part of that team if you are able to. I like what my colleague said, that the best thing to do is to go and check with your seniors and tell them, I really want to be where you are. How can you help me? That gives them the motivation to look at you and see if you can really perform. But in the nutshell, for you to be able to succeed in this country, and this again based on my experience, I think you have to know what you want. You have to work hard to achieve what you want. You have to stay positive at all times, because schooling is hard. But failing or getting a bad grade does not mean that that's the end of you. You have to keep staying positive and being your best in this competitive world. You have to be your best. Think about how many people are doing the same course you are doing. How many people wants to get the same grade you want to strive for. And if you do that, I think you'll be successful. And I do feel that for the most part, it's very hard for you to see this racism playing around in education. I do know people have shared, some instances where they have felt so at school and work, but for me, it's been different. And again, maybe I'm lucky on that.
Thank you, Dr. Machama, and we wish you well and all the best in your new appointment. And thanks for sharing that with us. Ian, tonight we have many Black male who are going to attend college in the fall. Most of them actually are high school graduates who will be attending college in the fall. You recently graduated with your bachelor's in applied math, and I know you are a leader in your college. What advice can you give them when they get to classes, those hostels, and to see everybody who doesn't look like them, but then you want them to focus and achieve their goals?
Hi, Dr. Kamori. Thank you for the introduction, and thank you everyone for the opportunity to speak. I think kind of reflecting on my journey, what I've learned that I wish I knew from the start was kind of to focus on the aspects of yourself that you can change. There are a lot of circumstances and systemic issues that often at this stage of our lives are to some extent out of our control, but there are things within ourselves that you can change to kind of propel yourself into succeeding in your goals. And I think one of those first things is kind of starting with just the mindset that you have, and embracing, seeing your differences as a strength rather than a weakness. And while it is something that sets you apart, it's something that gives you a unique perspective over some of your classmates. I know for me at school, my school is predominantly white. And what I found was a lot of my peers didn't have a lot of the emphasis on community and the people around them that I learned growing up. And going forward with my classes, that was an opportunity for me to make a point to kind of form relationships with people who are going through similar things and at similar stages, and as well as with mentors and other people who are at the stages that I wanted to be. And I think those relationships kind of allowed me to succeed. And I think also going off of that, another emphasis is in your own individual efforts. And in this educational sphere, there's a lot of people you need to interact with, and a lot of people who you will need, and a lot of people who will need you. And some good advice that I got was to never be the rate limiting step of any of your endeavors. Making sure that you're always proactive with your work, and finding that balance between doing the things you enjoy and the passions, as well as what you need to do to get to your end goal, but doing it in a way that all the activities that you're involved in are never slowed down because of your because of your energy expenditure in those things. And I think the last thing that really helped me, and I would emphasize for future students, is just to emphasize the relationships you make and to make sure that you are aligning with people who come from similar backgrounds and people who understand where you're coming from, but also having discourses and relationships with people whose perspectives challenge you. I know some of my closest friends now from school are people who grew up completely differently than me. And that's because we've both been able to learn from each other and kind of grow as a result of seeing different perspectives go through the educational sphere. So I think some of those things, and just remembering that whatever your end goal is, it's not a matter of if you can do it, it's just a matter of when you'll get there, is some messages that have really resonated with me and allowed me to continue on my path.
Thank you, Ian. And again, as MKIDA, we wish you all the best in your medical school. And as always, we are so proud of you. So those are our panelists this evening. And because of time, I'm going to allow a few questions from the audience. And you can direct your question to any specific panelist, and panelists, you can be brief in your response. So if you're able to use the raise hand feature, you can raise up your hand, or you can physically raise up your hand if your camera is on. So I will try to navigate through and see those who have the hands on. So anybody who has a question, please, you may raise your hand up, and we can direct that to any panelist that you want your question to be answered with. And like I said, because of time, I will allow like 2 questions. So if you want to go, please go, don't wait for later. You can physically raise up your hand. I can see you if your cameras are on. It doesn't look like we have any question. This is typical of disciplined students who never ask questions. All right, anybody there with a question? Oh, Obede, I can see you are talking, but Dr. Nyeriva, unmute yourself. You are on mute. Go ahead.
No, I was, I think, thank you for this time, and thank you for all of you are attending. Me, I just have a comment with the new high schoolers going to college, and those ones who are in college right now, being a part of the management of university and professor, what all those students who have gone through school have been talking, some of them are lucky that they have gone through without any incident, because as an advisor and a mentor, I've seen a lot of things going on. So what I will advise those ones who are in college right now is that don't keep quiet when you are in college. When you see something which is not going your way, just speak out or look for an advisor who is not hostile to you, because those things happen. We should not deny ourselves that those things going to happen. Mostly for the freshmen, those things going to happen because I've seen it, and you have to speak out, because a professor can ruin your life sometimes, because when they give you grades, sometimes when they go to the registrar, it's very hard for you to reverse it. So when you don't see things going on your way, speak out earlier, ask for clarification so that you don't fall out. You don't want to get a C when you are supposed to get an A. So make sure you look at those things, because we can't just assume that all those professors will like you. Some of them, they might not like you.
Yep. What are the Dr. Nyeriva?
So that means I'm just wishing them good luck but speak out. Don't just, I know Kenyans and foreigners, because I've done some of them, they are quiet. They are very quiet. They don't ask questions. Some of them come to my office. They feel comfortable because I look like them. Then they tell me a lot of things. I become like I am their counselor, but I am not really their counselor. But they talk a lot when they see me. But when they see their white professors, they keep quiet. So, but even if it's a white professors, you are a freshman, you are a second year, third year, ask questions. Be alert. That's what I want to encourage you. Be alert throughout your college life, because things might change on in between, because you might get somebody giving you a C minus, a A, and all that. Make sure that be alert all the time, because things are not like the Kenyan life where you are just looking for grades. Sometimes grades alone is not enough.
Yep, thank you so much, Dr. Nyaribo.
That's all I had, and I wish you, the freshmen, good luck when they go to college next year.
Thank you so much. And with that, I think the key message here is advocate for yourself and speak for yourself as a minority. There is so many challenges to overcome. And again, talk to peers who look like you. Again, when you share, it is harmonizing your experiences. I used to tell my students when we were in college, if you call your friend, you have a math problem, you're struggling, and you hear your friend is also struggling, it's not that it helps, but it makes you feel a certain way that they are also struggling like you. And you feel like you're not the only one in that space. So with that, I want to thank our panelists, and I will take it back to Sharon. Thank you so much again, our panelists.
Thank you, Dr. Kimori. I would like to reiterate, so thank you to all the panelists for sharing your experiences, your words of advice, and just everything that you have given us today. I know every bit of knowledge that we each have, although our experiences may be unique to what we're studying, to our college, there's always a common word of advice that can be found in those messages, and I found them to be very encouraging. And congratulations to all of you who you've already accomplished so much, and I can't wait to see all the success that life brings you forward. Now we'll be moving on to hearing from our graduating class speakers, and Mr. Kennedy Gisemba will help in that introduction.
Thank you, Sharon. Thanks everybody who is tuning on. But this virtual means to wish our graduates good luck. Tonight we have two young, enterprising youths who are going to speak on behalf of our graduates. I'm going to introduce both of them together. So when MKIDA finishes speaking, Jordan, you can follow. The two speakers, or the two are hardworking and have shown energy and enthusiasm in their endeavors. They have learned how to adapt to new challenges and utilize opportunities presented to them to succeed. And given the situation we are dealing with at the moment, the challenges they are faced with are beyond comprehension. And as you can tell, we are connecting by virtual means. Kayla Omariba is a graduate of Maranatha Christian Academy, and she's headed to college to study dentistry. An avid worker, she loves spending valuable time with her parents and friends. Jordan Orenge is a graduate of University of North Dakota in marketing and a minor in leadership. He's starting his new career at Slate Associates at the Capital Group. He also loves spending time with his parents. He's inquisitive and always seeking new opportunities to learn new things. The two speakers tonight exhibit some valuable qualities that we need in our community. Loyalty, bearing true faith to the community, including school, and doing everything possible to succeed. Respect, treat everyone respectively, and equally. They value parents and community contributions, which enable them to work and perform willingly and well in school. Integrity, they do what is right, and they are willing to demonstrate those values of high standard. Kayla and Jordan, it took courage and discipline to accomplish what you have. You have set a firm footing for your future, and the courage you display tonight will motivate others to work hard. Please join me in welcoming Kayla and Jordan as our speakers tonight.
Hello, everyone. I'm Kayla Omariba, and I have prepared a word for the graduating class of 2020. For at least 4 years, most of us have been planning to graduate, whether it was high school or college. Despite most of us not getting an actual graduation, we still did it. We still got to accomplish and finish what we strived for our whole lives. Going into school as freshmen, it was our first time having our first college or high school classes, and it was our first time studying for exams and realizing that our grades do matter and they determine our future. As we went through school, many of us faced a lot of hardships, whether it was wanting to give up or procrastinating. But I think most of us saw the bigger picture and realized that all the hard work we put in would eventually pay off. As some of us go into college, we need to think about the careers we choose. As first-generation children, we need to step up and make a change, whether that's being the next big doctor, lawyer, scientist, or even a police officer, and change the system. We need to show the world that we, as children of immigrants, can be bigger, better, and smarter than anyone else. As we go into the next chapter of our lives, we need to focus, trust in God, and strive for what we have our minds set on. Thank you.
Thank you for those kind words, Keela. Thanks for having me today here, guys. So actually, I was just going to say congratulations to everyone that graduated in the class of 2020, especially for those that are moving on to start their careers. A couple things that I wanted to touch on was just the importance of community and just like being true to yourself and those around you, and at the end of the day, to follow your dreams. There's not a lot of Kenyans that are in business for some odd reason. I've come to find that pretty fast, but I think that for those that want to jump into advertising, media, marketing, to follow your path and to kind of just have a 4-year plan, whether that be interning from the moment you enter college. A lot of students nowadays have 3 to 4 internships before they graduate, and just finding a way to decipher yourself from the competition, and just knowing how vital that networking piece is. I've had a mentor since I was a junior in high school that is very successful in sales, and he always used to tell me, it's not what you know, it's who you know. And I think that both are important. I think you could be the smartest person in the world, but not reach to new heights by not having a network and those around you that believe in you and support you when times are hard. And I do think that it's valuable to know people and to network and try to put yourself in the best position for your life and for your family. And I want to thank our fellow parents and our friends for being there and being that foundation for us as we've all overcame these hard challenges, and to just stay safe during this COVID-19. Thank you.
Thank you to Kayla and Jordan for the wonderful words that you've said tonight. Next, we'll be moving on to the recognition of the class of 2019/2020 graduates, which Dr. Komori will be leading.
Thank you again, Sharon. I would have to say we are going on to recognize the 2019-2020 graduates by just showing a PowerPoint here, which will play twice, listing their names. But as late as 5 minutes into this program, I got a call for other students. I know there are other graduates in here who will not be captured in this PowerPoint, but from MKIDA, please accept our congratulations and we recognize you. It was hard for us to collect the names for everybody, but we accept that you are here. In particular, I will mention Mumbi Matenge. She just called a few minutes ago. Congratulations. If your name is missing, don't take offense. We really appreciate and we congratulate you. So in a minute, you will see a PowerPoint highlighting the names of the graduates, and this is where you will see. Thank you and congratulations to all of you. One last thing, KIDA offers normally gives a certificate and awards a certificate of recognition for the graduates. If you wish to receive a certificate from KIDA, please use the chat button over on your device. You can just write your home address privately to me. If you don't want to send it to everyone, send it private to me. We'll capture it at the end of this program, and for sure we'll email you, mail you the certificate. Once again, congratulations.
Thank you, Dr. Kimori. And once again, I will reiterate the many congratulations I have from all of you. Graduating is such a big accomplishment, and I really just want to congratulate you all. This is a great celebration, and also to your families and your support system who are here to celebrate with you as well. Next, I know we have all been waiting for this moment. It's time to announce the winners of the MKIDA scholarship, and Mr. Hezbon Simba will be the one who will do that for us tonight.
Thank you, Sharon. Do you hear me? Okay. First of all, I want to congratulate everyone for this year's graduation. And it will be very different that we are doing virtually. But as MKIDA, every year we have, we honor our graduates for their efforts and achievements. And also we offer scholarships for those in colleges and those who attend the MKIDA ceremony. This year is no exception. And first, I want to congratulate the class of 2020 graduates for these well-deserved accomplishments. Secondly, it's my honor to announce the 2020 MKIDA Scholarship recipients. First, I want to let everyone know that since we are doing it virtually, once you hear your name, you're gonna send your address to MKIDA so that you can receive the scholarship. The scholarship went through those ones who applied. The first winner is Wendy Gutua. Wendy Gutua, congratulations if you are here. Are you here? Is Wendy with us?
So the winner must be here to be. If the winner is not here, we will roll it to the next one. Wendy Gutua.
Then when Wendy Gutua is known there, so the first one then will be Hillary McCory. Hillary McCory, are you here? Congratulations if you are here. Is Hillary McCory here? Is he present right now? Who is able to check those ones who are?
Hillary McCory is here. He's logged in. I think he's on mute. I can see. Hillary McCory, can you unmute yourself or give us your face?
You see him is there?
Yes, Hillary McCory is here.
Okay, then that's number one. Number two will be Janelle Ogechi. Janelle Ogechi. Is Janelle Ogechi, congratulations. Is Janelle Ogechi there? Dr. Kimori, are you able to see or confirm if they are there and they don't hear me or they are not able to respond?
No, I can't see Janelle.
Okay, let's go to number two then. Ian Marigi. Ian Marigi.
Hello, I am here.
Congratulations, Ian Marigi.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah, no scholarship, no scholarship is small enough. Just look at the quality of it, not the quantity of it. And we want to congratulate you once more again. We wish you the best as you continue with your medical studies.
Thank you so much, I appreciate it.
The third one will be Judith Omoke. Judith Omoke. If you are here, and with the help of Dr. Kimori, is Judith there?
I am here.
Congratulations, Judith.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, congratulations so much. And we want to appreciate what you did. And as you go forward with your studies, remember, we are with you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
That's the third one. The fourth one will be Maria Morande. Maria Morande. Dr. Kimori, can you confirm?
Maria, mute yourself. I can see she's waving.
She's waving?
Maria? Yes, she's present. She's on mute. We can't hear her.
Maria, congratulations.
so much.
Congratulations, Maria. And as you go forward with your college studies, MKIDA is with you.
Thank you.
Congratulations, Maria. The fifth one and the last one for this year will be Jaden Isiria. I don't know if that's the correct pronunciation.
Yeah, I'm here.
Jaden Isiria, is he?
I'm here.
Is he here? Congratulations. Where's Jaden? Can we see his face or? Hey. Congratulations, Jaden. So as you go to college, just remember, Kira is with you, and we wish you the best. That brings to the end of the scholarship, the scholarship recipients for this year. And we promise that next year, be present to have the next year is not far away from today. For now, congratulations again, the class of 2020. Thank you.
Thank you,
Back
Mr.
to
Simba.
Sharon. Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Simba. Before we move on to a vote of thanks by Dr. Nachai, David has some messages that he would like to share.
As we finish, probably you're not seeing the chat. Out of the chat, I want to go through it very quick. We have some congratulations messages coming to our graduates. But first, if you're not seeing that, Murugi Mutiga, who is an instructor at the community college, also thanks the panelists and says it's important for you to see your teachers after class or during office hours. Utilize that, that is important. Riza, congratulations message. Melfis also says, thank you for the recognition. Lina Mairura says, congratulations, class of 2020. If you are looking for a mentor in medicine, please reach out to Rina Mairura, and she's providing email over there. Thank you, Lina. And Jared London from Texas also says, congratulations, class of 2020. Again, Hopedin Rivo says, for those high school graduates heading to college, reach out to those who are already in college for tips. It's important that you get guidance. Judy says, congratulations, 2020 graduates. Jeffrey Jugi, the president of Manyagatinga, also says, congratulations, the class of 2020. And lastly, I wanna recognize one of the graduates who is here, and we didn't get to capture his name on the PowerPoint. Kiragu Waititu. Kiragu Waititu, congratulations. He is an high school graduate. Congratulations for that achievement. And Aka also says, congratulations, class of 2020. Thanks.
Thank you for reading those messages. Finally, we'll have a vote of thanks by Dr. Nachai.
On behalf of the MKIDA board and on my own behalf, I congratulate the class 2020 for the achievement. You have made us proud. We know that the future is ours for the taking. Our community is looking better and brighter than it was last year. Because of you, we have met today. Because of you, we know that the next 10 years, the next 20 years, our generation in the United States will take the next higher ground compared to those who came before us. We thank you and congratulate you. So on behalf again of the entire MKIDA board and on behalf of the community that you all belong, we want to congratulate you. And those who are proceeding to college, know that we are behind you. Anytime you are looking for help, remember MKIDA will always be supporting you in whatever way we can, and we'll provide you with mentorship. We will match you up with a mentor that you so much need to go through your college. And finally, I want to thank the board who, without pay, have spent hours and hours of their time, precious time, and who have even contributed not only time, but also funds to sponsor those small scholarships. The future of MKIDA is, the vision of MKIDA is, in the next 10 years, we should be able to give full-fledged 4-year scholarships to those who are deserving within our community. So these scholarships that we're giving out is a seed we are planting so that we can be able to attract full-fledged scholarships for members of our community. So those of you who have received your scholarships today, it's a small seed we are planting in you so that in the future, when it's all demands, you also look back and give forward to the community you find yourselves in. And those of you who are winners today, I'm requesting that you send to Dr. Kimori your full names as they appear in your checking account, your home address, the college in which you are attending, and the student ID. Please send that to Kimori, and the check will be coming in the mail as soon as we receive your address, your home address. Thank you and congratulations. Again, I want to give all of you, those of us who are online today, congratulations and thank you so much for spending your precious time with the graduates of this year and also with the families. If we were in our regular situations, we'll be having dance, drink, and a meal. So for now, I'm asking the families where you belong is to prepare you a very special meal tonight. Congratulate you and celebrate with you. Thank you and have a great night. MKIDA was planning to have these 1 hour, 15 minutes, and as it is, MKIDA is in the time, it's 1 hour, 10 minutes. Congratulations, and bye-bye, and back to Sharon.
Thank you, Dr. Nyachai. Before I give my closing remarks, I will say that there is an accounting scholarship that is still available. It was unclaimed. So if you are planning to major in accounting or you have majored in accounting, please stay after because that's something you would not like to miss out on. And now I will just give a short closing remark so we can meet our time. But once again, I would like to offer another vote of congratulations to all our graduates. Seeing all these names makes me so excited because I've already seen the amazing leadership within our community, and I know that you all will continue it. I know that it may be uncertain to graduate into this current climate, but remember that your certification is in your degree and in your diploma. You may think of it as the ticket to a good life, but let me ask you to think of an alternative. Think of it as your ticket to change the world. Each and every one of us have the knowledge, skills, and capability of being these vehicles of change. We're all very excited for you and cannot wait to see these inspirational leaders that you are all surely become. To those entering college, I urge you to all step outside of your comfort levels and seek positions of leadership at your respective institutions. Make sure that you demand the education and experience that you deserve. And more certainly, if you attend the University of Minnesota, please feel free to reach out to me. I will leave my email down below. I would love to help you all transition into college and just answer any questions that you all may have. As I close, the possibilities are endless and you already have a community here ready to support and encourage you. Thank you so much to everyone for attending the 17th Annual Graduation Gala. May God bless you and continue to give you health. Have a wonderful evening.